Hello, welcome back to Felsburn. We just concluded our big oat harvest over here, and it's the next day, and there's a few things that we need to do kind of quick like here. That's why I brought you back in the middle of the night. Normally I don't like having you here at the middle of the night because it's so dark that it doesn't look great on YouTube. But we have a bunch of horses that are ready, and we need to sell them now. So let's go ahead and get that done. 379. All right. And then we need to fill our boat farm. We now have 355,000 on the horses. Now, I had to do that for a reason, because for once, the AI is actually growing something that I want, which is field 9 over here. And that's a pretty good sized field for a fairly cheap price. Look at that. We're going to buy that. Okay. So, now, let's go over and take a look at our field, shall we? A lot of work needs to be done around the farm. But it's pretty rare for the fields to have something that is worth us getting. And this one has it. And it's in the first stage of growth. Alright. So, I think one of the things we need to do is we need to find our little Fiat. See, to me the timing's real important on this. We needed to get the field purchased. We needed to get the field purchased and get a go on it. You know, before the good crops got grown, because just about every field we've had to buy. 17 we bought with good crops on it, but everything else and now 9, but we've had to buy them and we've had to just plow under because we couldn't harvest them and it wouldn't be worth leasing the machine for. So, field 9 here I think is going to become our silage field. We're going to start by running grass on it, just because we need another half mil or so just to get the forage harvester and all that. That'll take some more horses running and a pretty good amount of money. So we're going to set this guy up, let him go with the fertilizer. Because the AI doesn't fertilize anything. So we're going to have to do 2 rounds of fertilizing at 2 different growth states. Alright. And now the only other thing that I want is to get the, I'm going to get out here and I'm going to put try to get the end rows done on this big field here with the big Amazon cedar. I want to try to get all the end rows done, and I harvested it a little different this time. I went forwards and backwards with it. I'm a little short on seed. Yeah, we might as well use it. I harvested. I found a way to set my harvesters up so I could harvest a long way, back and forth on the field. And that's it worked out fairly well. Now I just want to get the end rows done here, and try to get a border around the outside of it. Then I want to set my planter up and see how I can get my worker to go on it. This is normally I do this off camera and do a little bit, but I wanted to show you all this with the when you plow out a field and make it weird angles where the AI has trouble. I wanted to show you all that. We're going to take the big one here and we're going to try to do a couple of rounds in certain areas to try to square the field up a little bit and make sure the worker can turn around. That always tends to be an issue, is getting them to turn around properly. So wanted to show you how I was doing it. And we're going to get field 9 over there fertilized. I want to get this cover crop in. And see, with the addition of field 9, I'm going to be pushing hard to get to some horses. Not horses, cows. I'm sorry. We got plenty of horses. I want to get some cows. I haven't really ever done cows in Farming Sim. I mean, I played with them a little bit. I think in 17 maybe. But I was just into big bean harvesting and I did logging and whatnot. So I wasn't very diverse in my livestock. I just had chickens in those games. So I'm looking forward to figuring out cows. And I think we're gonna have to start stockpiling some bales up for it. So we need to buy some things to put them over there. I want to get a silage bunker over there. I want to get a larger loading wagon. There are plenty of things I'm doing to prepare because I'm not going to go in for the small cows to start with. I mean, we're going to go straight to a large cow shed and probably get it pretty full right off the bat. Just use a large number of cows right off the bat to really start producing. So we're not going to start small in scale. We're going to pretty well just jump in there head first. We do really well on our cash field here, our bean field, and then we're going to add to that having the what do you call it, the grass field and everything. Is just going to add to that. So. Oops. Come on now, behave. Like I said, the farm's done some pretty big expansions here. I'm fairly pleased with the size of the expansions that we've been getting out of our. He's still trucking along over there, getting all that fertilizing done. It's going to cost us a pretty penny, but it should be worth it. That's why I like cover crop and using the seeders that fertilize right off the bat. We don't have to run back through the crop and redo all that. And continually sit there and go back and forth and fertilize more and more and more. So. What I want to do is I want to try the workers always do better if you set them up so that they will turn right on their first turn when they start working. They want to go down and they want to turn right at the end of the field. Normally, given a choice, they will always turn right. So we're going to set this guy off and let him go to work. And he should go down to the end of the field, turn around, and come back. Now, we're going to need our big case here. Well, it's not a big case anymore, but we're going to need our case. She's 260 horsepower. She's still a pretty good-sized tractor. That fence, 500 and some change, but the case is still very important to our farm. Got to go find my seeder. We sold our original direct drill and we bought another one. It's still a 9-meter drill, but it fertilizes as we do it. I just got to remember where I parked it. Okay. I have lost it. We already have oats back on that field there. If we need money, we can sell a load of oats. But, there it is, right in the middle of the yard. Because that's a great place to keep things. Thank you. not doing oats anymore. We are doing our cover crop. And now we're going to have to help the AI out a bit. On these fields, you always just have to work them a little bit. You know, it's mainly to do with all my expansion. If you have... Which one? Okay, that's not... No, what is this guy doing? I don't know what he's doing. He's just driving around aimlessly in circles. He got confused, maybe? That is a whole lot of fields you have left behind you, sir, that is... Okay. And that's what I mean about the AI. I can go be tremendously stupid at times. I left it. I just wanted him to turn around and go back down the other way. So, my guess is he couldn't turn around. So let's... That tree was in the way or something. He couldn't figure out how to back up, turn around, and stay on the same row, I guess. I don't know. They go stupid sometimes. So let's add a little bit here till we get up to the point where I know he can turn around. Take it around this way. Okay, so that should clean that up pretty well. Uh-oh. Alright, I guess we're just going to do a circle. Because that was expert driving. Said I like doing it. Never said I was good at it. Alright, there we go. So we're going to set this guy back up. And we're going to let him go. And we're going to try this again. Letting him go and see how he does. See how crazy he goes again. So you got to keep checking on him. I'm trying this out a new way. The field is longer this way, which in theory should be better. Just the simple fact of they do less turning around, which means there's less places for them to go stupid. Where are we at? There we go. So let's head up there where we can check on them. So I found it easy to let the worker work, and then if I've got a smaller one where I can do the edges and stuff, the little pieces he misses here and there, I find that will account for a lot and really help the all the seed drilling getting done, instead of letting him do his thing and then me going back and fixing everything. I find it easier just to do it at the same time he's out here. So, in this case, he's going to need some fuel. Come on, let's see if we can turn around. Probably need to go up and widen that. Oh, nope, did he turn around properly? Oh, I'll be damned. He actually turned around properly, from what I can tell. I mean, he might have screwed up major again, but you kind of got to babysit the AI a little bit when you do odd shaped fields. Because I plowed this one crazy, you got to do it. You just have to. Now I wonder what he's going to do. I do wonder what he's going to do. gonna turn properly? Oh my, yes he is. Okay. No, I said he was. Looks like he's stuck. He's stuck. He hit the tree. Okay, so we got another little project. We need to clear all those trees out away from around that house and terraform everything to be smooth as possible around it. That's something we need to do. I think that will help this out a little bit. So let's try again. Back to my case. We're going to run down here to the odd shaped end and see if I can't get square that out a little more. Like I said, if you can get a square patch in the middle of the field, the helper will follow it properly. You know, there's just a bit here that he didn't do right. So with that being said, that's how much I want to take off this end for. And the more I do this, it's the first time I'm trying to do it this way. I kind of had it figured out going the other way, but I felt like I was just going the wrong way. I decided to change it when I was doing the harvesting. It just seemed like it would work a little better if I did it that way. See, did I confuse him? Yes, now he's turning around. Okay. So, and I'll figure out the distance here that we need to go to square this thing out. And from then on, I'll do a loop to square up the inside of the field for him. And then he'll let him work the inside, and I'll do the little outside bits. And we'll get it straightened out. You know. I'm excited. We got our new field. Get ready for some expansion with that. I'm probably gonna have to run through and make some more money here. We do have some more horses coming up in another couple of days. Looks like he missed just a little patch where I didn't drive straight, but not going to be the end of the world. But with that being said, we're going to have good space over there to the side to put a silage bunker. And I'm not quite sure where I want to actually just put the cows. There's not really any room over on our field 20 yard. Which that needs a lot of terraforming and a lot of work, and we really need to build up a nicer farm there, but I'm trying to expand and build a farm at the same time. So I think we're just going to end up having to do it just little bits at a time. You know, other than the cows, I think the cows need to go somewhere else. You know, we may even try pigs this time. I don't know. We'll see. When the money starts rolling in big, you never know what you're going to do with all of it. We start getting enough money in, we'll probably try a little bit of everything if I had to guess. You know, we already tried the whole sheep thing. I wouldn't. The wool to me just wasn't profitable enough to deal with. You know, they were cheap animals and you didn't have much to take care of, but you know, I expected a little more return on my investment there, and I didn't seem to really get it. You know. Only getting a few pallets a day, and those pallets aren't worth much. It seemed like it would take way too long for it to pay off. You know, because I mean, to pay for the big horse paddock, it's 2 horses, 10 days. Is all it took. You know, that first horse paddock is paid for itself plus some for a pretty good bit now. Okay, he's coming back. And I see, I want to kind of do the same thing over here, where this edge is, right? My only problem is I've got to get this thing to drive straight. That's going to be the hard part. We're getting this thing to drive getting me, not thing, but not the tractor, but me, to drive perfectly straight the entire length of this field. You know, I can't wait to have a GPS auto steer mod or whatever you want to call it to help with this. Because if you could set that right here and I could see the lines all the way down the field, it would work fairly well for me. So I'm just gonna stay to the bottom side here and work this funny edge, because you won't drag it through the next row of crops. What he'll do is he'll kind of gap it, and I'll have little squares and stuff that'll get missed. So to me, I think it's just better. I'm just gonna concentrate on the wide side down here and kind of work it myself a little bit while he runs the while he just runs back and forth. And I want to check that end down there and make sure that he's done a good job on it. He hasn't done anything crazy or missed a whole row or something like that. I mean, I could just click it and check on the map, I guess. But, let's take a look real quick. Alright, he's smoothing out pretty well there. See, he'll finish everything all the way down to there without too much of a problem. So, while he's doing that, we'll get this work right here done. Or so I hope. I really don't want to narrow up any of his stuff. I think that line right there is the line I want to stop at. We're going to stop somewhere around in here. There's kind of a row there. We're going to take that as our first piece to kind of square up a little bit. But this is what planting the large odd-shaped fields look like. As he gets down further, he's going to have a problem turning around. So we need to give him a little bit more space. That's kind of what I was worried about. As he gets down here in front of the animals, he's going to have trouble turning around. So we need to give him just a little bit more space to turn around on. So I was thinking he was going to need 2 wide right here. And 1 wide over by the trees, but it looks like it's going to be 2 and 2 right there. And from there on, he should be able to pretty well just snap it back and forth. You know, a 2 wide with his 15-meter machine, he'll give him a 30-meter turnaround spot. So, go ahead and nip this on the way down for him. Now, even though he gets down here where the combine and where everything is, he shouldn't have any problem turning around. Because it's 15 meters on his implement, and then I added another 18 meters on this thing. So, he should be good to go. Like I said, I'll be happy to get the GPS steering so I can square up with the helpers. Because if you can square up with them, man, you can really square the field up. You just do the outside bits, and he just sits there and runs back and forth in the middle. So, well, let's take a jump around real quick. See, he's doing real well now that I got him a nice place smoothed out. Look, this guy got all the fertilizing done. Don't really like my John Deere parked right there. We're gonna run him right here by the chickens. Park them in the way over here. I think we need to put a nice shed right there in the middle. So here we have it, our new field. And this is a little bit hillier than what I really want on this side over here, but we are going to put down a silage bunker over here somewhere. I'm going to have to figure out a way to do it. Another one of those immovable. See, I wish they would allow us to sell. When we buy the property, we should be able to knock that thing down and sell it. But I'm thinking we're going to put a silage bunker right here. And then we're going to have, once we harvest, that canola is already planted. I don't want to waste it, so I will harvest it. That's why I spent the money on the fertilizer. So with that being said, I think we are going to, oh, the messy chickens. I do believe we're going to take a look through our animals real quick, make sure they're taken care of. Alright, we got the chickens. They're looking good. Next animal in 15 minutes. Oh, these are our paints. They'll be ready in, oh, excuse me. Oh, they'll be ready in 8 days. That'll be a huge, $800,000 worth of revenue coming in. These guys are 6 days out. These guys are 5 days out. And those guys are brand new. We could use a little bit of hay in paddock 2. Paddock 1, or paddock 2 is looking good. Paddock 1 could use a little bit of hay. It's not quite a full load yet because it holds 64,000 and we give them 21,000 at a time. So everybody's looking pretty good. So I do appreciate it. I normally don't like recording at night, game time night, because of the how dark it is. But here it is, and we've got another farm expansion, and we still have some money, and we should be good. And here are the boxes, chicken eggs. Okay. Alright. Anyway, appreciate you watching. If you would, hit the like button, leave me a comment, maybe think about subscribing. Love to have you along throughout the series here. And remember, we go, my goal is a video a day. So I appreciate it. We'll see y'all later. Thanks now.